Oh man, our plumbers are gonna kill us. 2 years ago, we started our craziest project yet. We built this 2-story garage studio from the ground up with zero new construction experience. We paid cash for the materials and took our time along the way to get all the little details exactly right. But that was only the beginning, gang. Now it's time for the main event. It's time to build the actual house. It's going to be much bigger and much harder to build, especially with just 3 guys. And this time we have $300,000 and 365 days to build that 3,100 square foot dream home. Let's get started. Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the project. We're making great progress on the stud pack dream home, but we've been building walls a lot and we have a bunch of scraps. We got this right here, a pile over here, and one on the front porch. So the job site is a little dirtier than I like it, and a clean job site means a safe job site. We also want to get all the wood that's over there by the driveway onto the back porch because our floor trusses are going to be delivered soon and we want to make room for that. So before we get started building this morning, we're going to start out by doing a little bit of cleaning shop. Let's get started. All right, guys, we're all cleaned up, got the wood all organized. Now I can think. So let's start knocking out today's projects. The first one I want to start with is bathtub blocking, and specifically blocking for the shower tub valve and the shower head. My wife is currently in Atlanta helping out some friends. They sent me a picture. Their shower is plumbed in CPVC water lines, no blocking. So you can imagine how loose that is in the wall. So to set ourselves up for success, I've already cut the blocking for our valve. We don't know where it goes yet. And for the drop ear 90 for the shower, we don't know where it goes yet. But I've got the blocks and I'm just gonna screw them on right here. That way they don't get tossed during cleanup. And the plumbers can simply unscrew them and put them where they go. That's the plan. There are my blocks. Boom, let's move on to the next project. Our next project has to do with this wall right here. Now, I laid out this 2x6 wall yesterday, and it's perfectly parallel with the front wall of the house over by the porch. But I took a couple of random measurements in this hallway, and I noticed this wall has a 3/8 inch bow in it towards me. Not sure why. All that we can come up with is that this sill plate got like cut wrong and shoved this one out because we nailed them all down together at the same time. So we want to take that bow out, and it's going to be pretty simple. We're simply going to remove this stud right here, trim this sill plate in place, 3/8 of an inch, cut the nails on this wall, and tap the bottom over. 10-minute fix, but I think it's going to be worth it because we don't want a bow in that wall. Sometimes you see those bows, you know, if you have flooring running this way. We don't want that. We're going to spend the 10 minutes, fix it real quick. Let's get it done. Wow, that nail's in there for whatever reason. All right, so Rad's got the chalk line down on his end. I'm right here against this stud, so you can see right here, there's our bow, and that's what we're gonna cut out of that sill plate. Can you pop that for me, Jordan?
Nope.
Nope.
You got it.
Rad's got it. Nice. Kicking the high gear.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, let's cut these nails, fastening this sill plate down to the concrete. I don't think so. Those are hardened nails.
All right.
All right, plan B. That's still gonna be tough.
Just gotta send it.
Let me get a longer blade and see if y'all can pry up right here so I can get over.
I mean,
is there a possible way we could bang it over?
Just try.
Put a block there and just...
Try what? Try this?
Yeah.
I worried about?
So you just gotta send it, dude.
Okay.
Nice.
See, Dad, you're just doing it so you can use the ram set again, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Nice. Boom.
Boom.
That thing never gets old.
All right, guys, next project is the side door coming out of the house towards the garage. We didn't fasten this sill plate right here for a couple reasons. This 2x6 was kind of doing this on the end, a little hook to the right, and as you can see, it doesn't flush up. So we didn't want to fix it until we got this wall built. Now that this wall is perfect, we put a screw in the end plate. Rad's going to flush these up, and I'm going to shoot a ram set right here. And we have a little jack that goes here, so the ram set will be buried under the jack after we cut this sill out on that line to install the door.
Ready?
Ready?
You are golden. It didn't go through.
Yeah.
It went through the side. Look at that.
Move the side out. All right, go further back.
Ready?
Yep. Beautiful.
Love it. Nice.
Cool.
Top plates. All right, gang, we are going to top plate the entire first floor right now. Get ready for our trusses. We just got one problem. Our top plates are snaky. So weird. We got all these braces on the side here, and the bottom and the walls are really flat, but for whatever reason, this top plate just decided to be a snaky boy. So we got this string line set up right there. You guys can see it attached to this 2x4. So that 2x4 is there, and the other one is way down at the end. String line is spanned between them. So the string line is our perfect straight reference, and we are going to use a 2x4 that Rad has. Rad, show them kind of how we're gonna do this.
We're just gonna put that on the side.
Yep.
Get it all even, all the way down.
Yep, we're just gonna use the 2x4 as a gauge block and get the top plate straight. It's good where we're at, but as you can see way down there further, it's pretty bad. So
Even right here, watch how far it pushes it out.
yep. So Dad's on brace duty. He's just gonna adjust the braces down there, and we're just gonna move this wall and try and get it dialed in, see if we can get it better than that.
Boom. Right there.
Better, Jordan?
Already looks better.
Nice.
Yep. We need more braces in the middle? Or
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, so it's still pretty snaky where Rad's at.
What's it got to do?
Go towards the neighbor's house. All right, guys, we think we know why the wall snaked out at the end. Dad, show us why. Why'd that wall snake out? Oh. Yep.
It's a 4x6, but these are pretty strong, but I think that's the reason. We didn't want to put the braces on the inside because it'd be in our way, but maybe that's the play when we sheathe the outside. We just got to move these to the inside.
Cool. It's not locked, that's a sketch.
Whenever you're ready. All right, check that out, Jordan.
It's pretty good. It's still dippy where you're at, but it's way better than what it was. All right, gang, and there we go. It looks a little off down there still, but in person it looks better. I don't know why the camera's doing that, but it's pretty good in person. Nice job, guys.
It looks really good. Wow, 2 feet exactly.
Okay, next one.
Thank you, sir. All right.
Up and over.
Yeah.
3.
Nope.
Keep going. There you go.
Nice.
That's way better.
Yeah, nice.
107, 3/4.
Okay.
44,
44 and 5/8.
All right, push it to me a little bit. Perfect. 134 and 7/8. Thank you.
You go ahead and hit the end of that if you want, Red. I kind of want to try.
Good. Nobody's over there. Yeah.
Close.
Very close.
Nice, guys.
Wait. Double top plates complete.
Hey guys, before we continue with today's project, we want to take a quick break to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Water Drop. You know, when we build a building, we start with the foundation and make sure we have a strong foundation so we have a strong building. But what's the foundation of our bodies? Great drinking water. That's why almost a year ago, we installed this Water Drop X16 water filter in our kitchen so that my family has the absolute best water it can have. And my family absolutely loves the X16. It has an 11-stage filter process that removes PFAs, microplastics, and lead. But it also remineralizes the water so that your drinking water tastes great. Plus, it has a 3-to-1 wastewater ratio and filters run about $100 a year. A lot less than what you would spend on bottled water for an entire year. And Water Drop has just announced a brand new product, their X12 Pro. It has a pre-filter in it, so you get clean water at your faucet for washing dishes or fruits and vegetables. Plus, you get your RO water here at the spout. The X12 Pro has a dual waterline system, so it's convenient, effective, and really simple to install. And all of us over here at Stud Pack highly recommend it. So check the links below to get $700 off from Water Drop. We love our X16, can't wait to try out the X12 Pro, and they've got a great deal coming up this Prime Day. Thanks so much to Water Drop for sponsoring our video and sending us these awesome RO tankless water filters. We really appreciate it. Let's get back to work.
All right, gang, it is the next day. We got a lot done yesterday with our double top plates and all of the pickup stuff, but we're assembling our header for our bedroom window. It's one of the last windows we have to frame that in the laundry. We're hoping to knock that out today. You know the drill.
It's early. Reset the fence. Remember guys, we're sloping our windowsill. I got a bevel on there for you. Did you account for that?
Yeah.
You got both of them right. Without looking.
Got lucky.
Yeah.
Did you see how that just dropped in without fighting it?
Yeah.
You know what that reminded me of?
What?
How yesterday we top plated this whole thing, and I only had to trim one piece.
That's true. Our layout's precision.
Layout?
Yeah.
Is my name Layout?
Could be. Layout Jordan.
Fellas,
Yeah. What's up?
you guys are getting too excited.
What happened? Cripples.
Cripples. Thought we were done.
All right, so
bad.
before anybody asks, we're good, cool on our egress, right? Got to be below 44. Got to have a certain number of square feet. We already checked it.
What does that even mean?
So if that doorway is blocked by a fire, you have to have a second way to get out of the building to egress through an operable window.
So this is operable then?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then on the front bedroom, you got one. And when you're upstairs, dude, you just got to jump.
Sick.
Oh, you'll have the attic.
An egret is a bird. Egret.
Egress. And one more thing. Oh, we're higher than 18, so they don't have to be tempered.
Cool.
All right.
Save money that way.
Let's get absolutely big time. So let's get those done on top, the cripple studs. We'll knock out this laundry room.
All right, guys, laundry room windows framed a little taller because we're gonna have a raised washer and dryer right here. So we need room for our window sill, countertop, and then raised washer and dryer. But we've got this issue right here where we're using this bowed 2x4 here. So relieve the pressure, Dad. So that's kind of what we're looking like. And that results in bellies in our drywall, bad cabinets, windows, stuff like that. So what'd you come up with?
Well, I should have a clamp here, but I don't. So we're just using the old wedge it in place with a 2x4 and a screw.
Let me see that in action.
It's actually not doing much now, but it was way out.
Yeah. I should shoot that, huh?
Yep.
Front is good. Rip.
All right, guys, just got finished with our laundry window and it looks awesome. But what doesn't look awesome is all of that.
Classic Texas.
So we're gonna go sit inside. I think we're done for the day.
You know what? That's a pretty good day. We got a lot done.
We did.
All right, guys, we're back on site after the long 3-day weekend. Hope you had a safe 4th. We sure did. Now, after we got rained out last Thursday, the builder's first source truck showed up and they had a pallet of Zip R on board just for us. This is the insulated panel. We haven't used them before. I've been thinking about this Zip R and some key details I want to incorporate on our project, but for all that, you're gonna have to wait for the next video. Our very next step in this video is to build a little wall that we added, kinda, in the Jack and Jill bath. Now right here is our double vanity, remember? And then over here, a toilet and our shower tub combo. In the original plans, there was just a little wing wall right here. So this wall was on the back side of the tub. So you have the back of your tub and tile right here. And then this was all open as one room. And this is the situation we were trying to avoid in this Jack and Jill bathroom. If you're a guest here and you need to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, you gotta come over here and close this pocket door and come over here and close this pocket door in order to have some privacy. We felt that was a little too much work. So we extended this wing wall all the way over and we're gonna put a swinging door here with a privacy latch on it, of course. That way, if somebody's taking a shower or a bath or they're using the restroom, they can simply close that door and it leaves all this room open so you have privacy when you're in there. A couple of other little issues about this wall. Where do you put the light and fan switch for this room? You don't want it outside the wall, even though I see that a lot. And I can't really put it right here. Code won't allow that switch to be so close to the tub. So our only other option is when this door opens, there's room right here for 2 light switches. And I see that all the time. That's gonna be really convenient, so that's what we're gonna do.
You can hit those switches while you're on the toilets. That's great.
Yeah, just turn it out or put a dimmer there, dim the lights. So I got the sill plate cut. I got the top plate cut. Let's lay out our wall, our door, build our last little wall on the first floor. All right, we're gonna have a king and a jack right here, just so our door's all the way over. I was kind of thinking that would split, and it did. Because remember, this gets cut off right here to make room for our door, of course. So I'm just gonna like pin it back together with a couple of screws. That way when we cut this off, this doesn't just fall apart. And I'll just attack it from both sides, and that'll be good. Done. All right, gang, wall's looking great. Now, we thought about just doing a double top plate, not tying it in, but I really like tying it in. It's gonna make all the walls a lot stronger. Got two marks right there. Got our depth to cut 1.5 inches. It's be real simple. Got that wall all built. Starts right here, a 2-4 door, 2 foot 4 inches by 8 feet tall. It's gonna swing open, plenty of room for a light switch right there. We put this blocking right here all the way up, does a few things for us. If Jordan decides he wants a big fiberglass tub, shower, a single unit, this will be a flange, like a nailing flange for that unit. If he doesn't go that route and we tile all this, well, now we have plenty of support for the backer board right here. And if he puts a shower door up, plenty of blocking for all the screws. So we got that there. Also going to put one on this side. And of course, just like always put our blocking all the way around for future grab bars. That's all done. Let's move on to our next project. So what's our next project? We're actually going to flip hats and go plumbing mode. So a couple of weeks ago, may not have even been that long ago, when we built this wall, somebody may or may not have put a nail into this pipe when they were toe nailing this guy. They were away from it, but I think because of the grain, that nail just turned left and put a hole in here. The reason we knew that was because our awesome plumbers left these full of water. I was over there by my truck and I saw the slab was all wet and I said, whoa, who spilled their Yeti full of water? Nobody did. And then we realized we put a hole in this pipe. So we're going to show you a really cool way to fix it. Let's get going. Step one, we're going to cut it off flush with the top of our sill plate with a reset.
There it is right there. Dang, that's just barely, huh?
Yep. All right, guys, we want to get that water out of there. So it's fortunate for us that the test ball is right down here where we broke the pipe. So I'm just going to let a little bit of air out it, and you should see the water level go down. Ooh, oh, look, dude.
What?
It cracked the pipe. See it? Dang. It's just turned into a bigger operation. All right, so what we thought was just a hole right there is actually a crack. You can see it up here at the top, and then it goes down probably 1.5 inches below where that nail penetrated. So what we're gonna do, I got an internal pipe cutter. We're gonna cut that bad part out, and I got a special repair coupling we're gonna glue from the inside, but I need some tools. Off to the tool shed. All right, time for some surgery on this pipe. I got all my tools. First thing we're gonna do, remove that nail. I got my internal pipe cutter and my cordless drill, but before I cut that, I'm gonna stuff a rag in there. Because the worst thing that can happen is while this is turning, the chuck loosens and this drops in your pipe. And now you're on a fishing expedition. We don't want to go fishing on this Monday.
I think it's that termite tar holding on.
Yeah, that stuff's pretty gnarly. There we go. That stuff is strong. And that's the reason I didn't want to put a coupling on the outside, because I knew I would have to clean all this termite barrier on the outside of the pipe. So we're going to use a fitting on the inside of the pipe. Going to use these Klein needle nose pliers, extended reach. Get our rag out of there. Now, how are we going to fix that way in there? This fitting is called a pipe extender. It's gotten me out of a jam a bunch of times. Of course, this is for 2-inch pipe. They come in 4, they come in all the pipe sizes. So here's how it works. This diameter right here is the same as our 2-inch pipe. And this smaller diameter is the same as the inside of the pipe. So you can see what I'm going to do already. I'm going to glue it inside the pipe we just cut. And then I can get a coupling, glue it on the outside, and then we'll just put this piece back. Now I know what you're saying, but stud pack, now you're restricting the flow of the drain. Yes, we are, but this picks up only one vanity. That vanity has 1.25 inch drain. This is equivalent to 1.5-inch pipe, so I'm not worried about it. We're gonna glue the pipe extender and the coupling together first, and then put the whole thing in the hole right here that we just cut. So I'm actually gonna put the rag back because I know myself well enough. If I drop one of these daubers in there, we're in the same boat, right? Jordan, did you know they make primer that's not purple? It's called unpurple primer.
Yeah, I've been filming you do plumbing videos for 5 years now, so I better know a thing or two about the color of primers.
Well, it's different than clear primer. It is
because we use the clear primer in finished rooms.
Correct. So unpurple primer is clear, but you can see it in ultraviolet light. So
like nightclubs?
Yeah. So
Plumbing at a nightclub?
Correct.
Sweet.
So when you're at a nightclub, just bring your ultraviolet light and you can see all the primer. But the point is, an inspector could have an ultraviolet light, or the contractor can give them one, and they can see the primer, and you don't have all that coloring on there. Kind of cool. All right, let's glue this up. Ready?
Yep.
We're home. Nice. That was easy.
Yeah. When the nail got shot through initially, I thought we were gonna have to be like cutting all this wood.
Yeah, cut all this out.
Concrete. Yeah.
But nope.
Nice.
Pipe extender to the rescue. All right, let's get that rag out of there again. Nice, guys.
Clean. Like it never happened.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, all glued up. We're gonna let this sit up for about 20 minutes before we fill it with water and test our work. Then we'll cap it. Now we'll put a link below for these pipe extenders, really great product. Can't even remember where I got them, but I'll find out, put a link below for you. And of course, we're gonna put nail plates everywhere so we don't put any of our sheathing or drywall screws into our pipes. Now, while we're talking about these pipes, we get a lot of comments from our viewers in cold climates that they would never be allowed to put a pipe like this in an outside wall. I get it, but remember we're in Texas, and actually these are the only two outside wall pipes we have in the whole building, Jordan, because your kitchen sink is on an inside wall, and we furred out the laundry room wall.
Yeah.
So it's something we consider, but 6-inch wall full of foam, we're never gonna have a problem with these. All right, gang, we're back at it the next day. Let's check our pipe repair. We got our water in there. Nice, look at that. It's staying steady, that's just what we want. So check mark on that repair. So right now what we're gonna do, we got a header to build because tomorrow, so excited, the trusses show up. I'm really excited about the floor trusses because we spent a lot of time designing them, trying to figure out every single detail. So in the back at that LVL, they actually cantilever out to catch our stairs. It's gonna be an awesome landing that projects out into the great room. So to support all those cantilever trusses, we have a bigger truss for that, and they're all gonna sit on this wall. So we need a header right here to support the load of those floor trusses. We're simply gonna build that out of a couple of 2x10s and a piece of plywood. And then eventually, the plans call for an arch here. We're going to introduce some arches in the design just to kind of soften all the hard edges in the build. Let's build that header. Put it right there. I don't know if y'all can see, but this weather's killing us. We're getting rain every day, and it's slowing us way down. The wind's picking up. I can tell a storm's coming in. All right, guys, we just finished that header in the nick of time because we are about to get dumped on according to the radar. But we're ready for trusses, and that was our key goal for today. They get delivered tomorrow, and we're really excited about the trusses, and we think that's gonna go pretty quick. So make sure you stay tuned for the rest of our build because this was pretty easy on the first floor, to tell you the truth, once we got it level. But building up ahead and towards the roof, it's gonna get a little more complicated because a lot of the details we have in the build, it's gonna get more complicated and it's gonna get harder to build because now we're up in the air. Check us out on Instagram at StudPack Official. We got a second channel, StudPack 2, merch over at Bunker Branding. Appreciate all the love and support. So before you smash that like button, make sure it's not leaking. If it is, you can use an inside pipe extender like we did over there. Fix your like button, smash it, please subscribe, and we'll see you right back here when we build our floor.